Oh, yeah, I see.
Reverend Matthews is wearing red.
Kind of.
Reverend Wilson, I know his name.
Someone asked me that today on the show. They said, I just knew you'd have red socks and a red tie. But I didn't.
I got a little bit.
I wore blue for all the blue hearts out there who don't have Valentine's.
So my redneck doesn't.
All right, this call the meeting to order. And is there approval of the minutes?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Have a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Minutes approved. Now, I spoke with the colonel about an hour and a half ago. He is standing, but he's not going to be here today. He's sick. So, but better. That's good. And Miss Lanier said he was much better and planned on being here today, but we'll see. So, it may just be us 5, plus the mayor. That's all we need to do,
You
right?
count, baby.
So if he vetoes, we have to run the table, right?
We can't tie because there's 5 of us.
Yeah.
You can abstain.
Let's roll.
Y'all just gonna let me go early for Valentine's Day?
I'm still trying to figure out what we could pass today with a small group. We'll see.
I can
Yes.
think of some things.
All right. Department comments, Mr. Junkin, you're up first. Oh,
This
Okay,
one,
I can
I'm
talk
pretty
to
sure
you.
everyone's familiar with this.
no.
You want the long version or short version?
We
Oh,
don't have all afternoon.
no. That's right, we don't have
We're
all.
gonna recommend that we table it for 30 days, give them time to pull a permit and start on repairs under new development.
Do they want to do it? Do they want?
I don't
to
know
do it?
what they wanna do,
Oh.
to be honest.
Well, I'm glad
That's a
that,
very accurate
I'm glad that the person that was buying it, that was gonna put a certain business there, I'm glad that's not gonna happen now.
Oh, I didn't know. Did somebody buy it?
No, sir.
Oh,
No, but
There
there
was a
were,
contract.
there was a contract.
oh,
And
okay.
it wouldn't have been that great.
Now,
to
They
me.
have cleaned it out,
Oh.
but that's all the effort they've put into it so far.
So,
But I'm afraid if we vote to condemn it, it's gonna get appealed, and there's no telling when it'll come out then.
so does Mr. Harwood still have this now?
Mr. Harwood will be here tonight, and Mr. McGuire will be here tonight.
Good.
Okay,
Bill's gonna get a
Mr.
contract.
McGuire will speak on behalf of the property and give you an accurate plan and a timeline.
Well,
okay.
it'd sure be nice to clean that corner up.
Yes, sir. We've been trying to work this property for a couple of years, kind of low key. And then once it got out of its proceedings, we had it in property maintenance, and then it caught fire, and then we was able to condemn it. And we're at this point now.
So,
They've not done anything but put a roof on it since 2011.
so you're wanting us to do 30 days?
Yes, sir, we need to do 30 days, give them time to do whatever it is they're planning to do, and then see what happens at that point.
Okay,
Our next one's kind of simple. This one's a complete fire job, it's totally burnt out. The owner's not gonna be here, but she's not gonna contest or appeal.
where is that?
That's in Woodland
Woodland
Forest.
Forest, just a couple of blocks off Hargrove.
Lordy.
Now, it caught fire kind of early last year, but we had a difficult time trying to find this owner because it had her address as the fire address, and tracking her down was a little bit tricky this go around. But we was finally able to make contact with her, I think towards the end of December, and she's changed addresses a couple times since then.
Okay,
But she's, like I said, she's not gonna be here, but she's not gonna contest anything.
gotcha.
That's all we have tonight.
Any questions for Mr. Junkin? Thank you and Virgil both.
Thank you.
Councilor Lanier, I am so happy to see you and see you're doing well because I honestly was worried about you, very worried about you. No, that flu's no joke. Is it, Mayor?
That's not it. Let me get sick anymore.
Okay, did I see Tony? There you are, Mr. Mills.
Afternoon, Mayor and Council. We only have two tonight. The first one located at 1031 Skyland Boulevard, Suite A. It's Home Package Store. They're applying for a lounge retail liquor Class 2 package store. It has been previously a package store in the past. It's a change of ownership. Right behind Taco Casa. The second one I have is located at 4822 Skyland Boulevard East for Snack Group LLC, DBA Sunshine Food Mart 1. They're applying for retail beer off premises and retail table wine off premises. It's right up from, right down by the Burger King.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have any in Mr. Busby's district, huh?
Not this week. But I got them next week.
Okay.
Now, is that just, did you say that was a change of
The
ownership?
package store was a change of ownership.
What?
The package store is a change of ownership, the
Okay.
first one. And I guess this one is too. Yes, sir.
Any question for Mr. Mills? Thank you, Tony.
All right.
All right, Emily.
Good afternoon, council.
Afternoon, you look Valentine.
I do.
Yes, very good.
So we've got the conditional use application that was tabled 2 weeks ago to today. This is for Druid City Social. Nothing about their application has changed. We did just get word that Mr. Brian Winter is gonna come tonight to ask for this to be tabled for 2 more weeks. I was told this morning that they were gonna reach out to you, Mr. Wilson, to discuss that with you. I guess they just didn't get an opportunity to do that.
I would definitely want to know what the tabling would be for.
And with that, I'll encourage them. Again, I talked to Brandon Hanks, which is one of the applicants, about it, and he said that Mr. Lloyd was gonna be the one to reach out to you, but I'll double check with him
Okay.
and see if he'll
Please.
reach out before tonight. I
Thank
do
you.
have the PowerPoint if y'all want me to go through it. If not, we can do it tonight. We can do it.
Nothing's changed since. the
Nothing's
last
changed. The
approval.
only difference in this PowerPoint is it shows you just the hours of operation, their menu, all things that are in the packets that were given to you, but just going through them a little bit, just so they're right in front of you.
Of course, keep in mind, we don't have to table it, you know, that's up
Right.
to
Right.
council.
No need to see not for me. No, ma'am.
All righty? Is that? Okay.
Are we gonna know what we're tabling it for?
Right.
That's right, that's what I'm talking
That's
about.
why he's gonna be here.
I was just told, I was just got a call that he was coming, and that's all I got. I don't know if anything's changed, just on
Do we have a back phone up there?
I'm gonna get
All
one.
right, so we have 2 rezonings for you guys for a public hearing tonight. One is 0.5 acres located at 1425 Hargrove Road East. They're going from BGO to RMF1. This is Bill Edwards, H.A. Edwards. This was previously RMF1. He does own the property just to the east of that. And this is located by, I think it's Yorktown Commons Apartments, kind of close to Pitt's Auto over there. But it was previously RMF1. They rezoned to BGO to use the property. I believe their intent was sales office or something like that, but it never came to fruition. That's what exists today on the property. So they're just reverting back to RMF1. They don't have any plans at this time. It does conform to framework, and these are the permitted uses, but Planning and Zoning Commission did unanimously recommend approval for this one. Do you have any questions on that one? All right, our second one is rezoning 9.1 acres by Lake Tamaha. So this is for Westerville. They own this property. You can see on the zoning map on the bottom right, most of it is BN today, but then there's that R1 portion, and they're just rezoning that to BN as well, so that they can do possible commercial development there in the future. They don't have any plans at this time, though. It does conform to framework, and these are the permitted uses for BN, and it was unanimously recommended for approval. Any questions for me on those?
Questions for Zach?
All right.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Tyler? Brett? Or just Tyler?
Good afternoon, council.
Good afternoon, Tyler.
If you remember last week, we discussed 2 applications for waivers to relocate monuments in Projects Committee, one for Snow Hinton Park and one for the Newtown Pocket Park, which is Brett's project. We're simply improving the parks or creating a new park and just relocating those to a location that works better for the improvements. Part of the application requirement is we have a public hearing, which is what will be on council agenda tonight, to gather any public input that there may be.
Should we set a date for that, or?
We set a date last week, and
Okay, so we asked.
that'll be
for it.
tonight.
Okay.
Tyler, we're gonna leave the Northport General, whatever it was, the hospital, the old hospital signs up there.
Yes, that's correct.
Not Northport, but.
Yeah, the
North.
Northington General Hospital?
Yeah, Northington, I
Yes,
knew it North something, but, yeah, we don't wanna tear those down.
that's correct. Those are staying.
Yeah, okay, good.
Brett, do you have anything you'd like to add?
No, I just didn't know if there's anything y'all needed to have questions on regarding Newtown Park.
Okay, any questions this time? Thank you, fellas.
Thanks.
Scott?
I just have my briefing.
Oh, okay, they've got you on here.
I was there just to answer any questions over that process.
I
but,
got you.
Tyler did a good job.
Okay, Mayor Maddox.
Yes, sir, real quick, as you know, Thursday's a day that's been slated or we could likely have some severe weather. I think it's a 2 out of 5 on the scale. Certainly, we're all ramping up. The time, as of this morning, was sometime between 11 and 4. It's kind of like your cable company when they might show up. So we'll be ready. If we do open shelters, if the weather necessitates that, McDonald Hughes will be one shelter. Depending upon what the school system decides to do, Alberta would be the other. We're going to just 2 shelters. When we look at the number of people that come into sheltering, there's really only 2 places people are going. And the other is just because of police resources. We would rather just use our police assets at 2 locations instead of splitting them up at 5 to 6 locations.
I think very few people have been going to Bryan High School. Nobody.
It's, when we look at the data, it's just, no one's going there I think people have become accustomed to those 2 sites. So we'll keep those 2 sites active.
I wish, of course, we're meeting with the school board today. I'd like to see what they may consider having pets at the Alberta site. I know Para has McDonald Hughes, is why they're allowing it, but the city schools haven't allowed it, and I get that, obvious people, I'm not, if my pet can't go, I'm just gonna stay here and ride it out, so. But I'm sure it's liability maybe, I don't know.
I don't know either.
But if Para can do it, it seems like the schools might consider it.
We can ask. I mean, that's
We'll ask them tonight.
never hurts to ask.
You don't want to take all of yours with you.
It'd be kind of hard to take 24, but doggone,
You try. I know you, Kip.
Yeah,
You try.
I'd try.
But that's all I have.
I can roll the sleeves up and show you.
Let's pray we don't have
Got
the
me.
bell.
We'll be ready.
I got scratched and stung a bunch this past weekend. All right. Okay, that's all you had, Mayor?
Yes, sir.
All right. Any other department comments from anyone here? Jason, look, you want to say something?
No, sir, I'm good.
All right, Mr. Holmes.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, council.
Good afternoon.
We've got a busy night of public hearings tonight, I noticed.
Great.
I will pick up right down here towards the bottom of page 2, where on page 22 through 25, you'll be establishing the legislative agenda of the city of Tuscaloosa for the 2023 session of the Alabama's legislature. You discussed that, I believe, in admin last week. On page 26, you'll be authorizing the mayor to execute an aviation hangar ground lease with Twin Hangar LLC at the Tuscaloosa National Airport. That is doubled up, and you will discuss projects today. On page 27, you'll be approving job class specifications for development review manager. That came to you in admin last week. On page 28, you'll be authorizing an amphitheater sponsorship contract with Tito's Handmade Vodka. That request comes from our Arts and Entertainment Department.
Can they come tonight?
Do we get samples?
On page 29, you'll be authorizing disbursement from District 2 improvement funds for the town hall meeting refreshments. That is a total of not to exceed $1,000 and will be discussed in finance today. On page 30, you'll be authorizing disbursement from District 6 improvement funds for neighborhood bridges. That is a total of $1,500 and was discussed in finance last week. On page 31, you'll be authorizing disbursement from District 6 improvement funds for the Kristen Emerson Foundation. That is a total of $1,500 and again was discussed in finance last week. On page 32, you'll be authorizing disbursement from the District 6 improvement funds for Backpack Connections. That is a total of $1,500 and again was discussed in finance last week. On page 33, you'll be authorizing disbursement from District 6 improvement funds for Caring Days donation. That is a total of $1,500 and was again on finance last week. On page 34, you'll be authorizing the mayor to execute task order directive number 4 with Thompson Engineering for engineering-related services for the MLK Junior Boulevard Jack Warner Parkway Improvements Project. That's a total not to exceed $43,650 and again was on projects on the 7th. On pages 35 through 36, you'll be introducing zoning amendment 1506, which rezones approximately 3.92 acres to be annexed into the city located at 9200 Highway 69 South within the existing Hillcrest Garden subdivision from R1 to BN. And that is just for introduction tonight. It comes from the Planning Commission.
Okay, Scott, may I ask you
Yes,
a
sir.
question about that? They could annex without rezoning, can't they?
They can annex the rezoning and automatically become R1, but I'll let Zach
Yeah,
go
when they
further.
annex into the city, they become R1.
That's what, okay, that's what I understood.
The planning commission, I'm trying to remember if they put a condition where the rezoning and annexation would approve. I'll look back on that.
Okay,
and let you know.
I'm getting lots of calls on that one.
Yep.
Zach, I have, so when this is gonna be a public hearing, correct?
This is just for introduction.
Just for
tonight.
introduction tonight. So yeah, there are gonna be a lot of concerns about this
Yes,
one.
that's true.
Yes.
Very true.
So if you can, let me remind us if there was an addition, because I don't remember that. I just remember it being about business.
Definitely, I will.
And when do y'all do your full presentation? Is that next week or is it?
It'll be, I think, whenever we set the public hearing date, which I think is,
March 21st.
yeah.
It's March 21st.
March 21st, right?
Yes.
March 21st.
Yes, sir.
Public hearing.
Does that answer your question, Mr. Tyner?
Yes, sir, thank you.
Sure. On page 37, you'll be amending section 19-178F, the Code of Tuscaloosa. This came from admin committee last week. On page 38, you'll be amending exhibits A and B of section 1942 and 1960A of the Code of Tuscaloosa for development review manager. That came from admin last week. On page 39, you'll be amending section 2127A and 2127C1 of the Code of Tuscaloosa. That came from admin last week. On page 40, you'll be authorizing amendment number 8 to fiscal year 2023 general fund budget. That came from Finance Committee last week. And on page 41 is the setting of the public hearing on the zoning item to be introduced on March 21st. Any questions for me?
Any questions for Scott?
We do have one item for executive session.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
We have projects and finance, both chaired by Councilor Crowe today. Have 4:30 city schools and meeting with the city schools, and I did take the liberty to order sandwiches for that and sweet tea and some fruit and stuff. Thank you, Vicki, for doing that, I think from Nukes. Also, then, of course, council meeting at 6. Also, I took the liberty to cancel the March 14th meeting. If anybody has any issues with that, that's officially spring break, so we cancel March 14th. Okay? Apparently, if y'all wanna come here, you can come here by yourself. All right, Personnel Board meets Sister Cities, February 16th, this Thursday, Monday, Planning and Zoning. Okay, is there a motion that we go into executive session?
So moved.
Second.
Motion second, all in favor, Commissioner Holmes.
Yes, sir. As your city attorney and attorney licensed to practice law in the state of Alabama, I can certify that this executive session is to discuss the consideration the governmental body is willing to offer or accept when considering the purchase, sale, exchange, lease, or market value of real property.
Okay, we have a motion second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, and so it's approved to go into executive session. If you